200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Furnace.
With carrier.
Furnace presents lithium battery LR51-135A, constant charge discharge current, IP40 protection, built-in Wi-Fi. Furnace next generation inverters, IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Furnace.
With carrier.
Furnace presents lithium battery LR51-135A, constant charge discharge current, IP40 protection, built-in Wi-Fi. Furnace next generation inverters, IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Furnace.
With carrier.
Furnace presents lithium battery LR51-135A, constant charge discharge current, IP40 protection, built-in Wi-Fi. Furnace next generation inverters, IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Furnace.
With carrier.
Furnace presents lithium battery LR51-135A, constant charge discharge current, IP40 protection, built-in Wi-Fi. Furnace next generation inverters, IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Furnace.
With carrier.
Furnace presents lithium battery LR51-135A, constant charge discharge current, IP40 protection, built-in Wi-Fi. Furnace next generation inverters, IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Furnace.
With carrier.
Furnace presents lithium battery LR51-135A, constant charge discharge current, IP40 protection, built-in Wi-Fi. Furnace next generation inverters, IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Furnace.
With carrier.
Furnace presents lithium battery LR51-135A, constant charge discharge current, IP40 protection, built-in Wi-Fi. Furnace next generation inverters, IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Furnace. Fronus presents lithium battery LR51 135A constant charge discharge current IP40 protection built-in Wi-Fi. Fronus next generation inverters IP65 protection 200% PV oversizing 200% overload tolerance 3 microsecond switchover time. Fronus.
Conquer with Carrier.
Fronus presents lithium battery LR51 135A constant charge discharge current IP40 protection built-in Wi-Fi. Fronus next generation inverters IP65 protection 200% PV oversizing 200% overload tolerance 3 microsecond switchover time. Fronus.
Conquer with Carrier.
Fronus presents lithium battery LR51 135A constant charge discharge current IP40 protection built-in Wi-Fi. Fronus next generation inverters IP65 protection 200% PV oversizing 200% overload tolerance 3 microsecond switchover time. Fronus.
Conquer with Carrier.
Fronus presents lithium battery LR51 135A constant charge discharge current IP40 protection built-in Wi-Fi. Fronus next generation inverters IP65 protection 200% PV oversizing 200% overload tolerance 3 microsecond switchover time. Fronus.
Conquer with Carrier.
Fronus presents lithium battery LR51 135A constant charge discharge current IP40 protection built-in Wi-Fi. Fronus next generation inverters IP65 protection 200% PV oversizing 200% overload tolerance 3 microsecond switchover time.
अब अपनी ऐप ट्रांजैक्शन लिमिट बढ़ाना या घटाना बैंक में कॉल करने का नहीं, अल्फा से ऑन द गो करने का नाम है। फॉर पाकिस्तान वेरी बेस्ट इन डिजिटल बैंकिंग डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप। अपनी तमाम बैंक डिटेल्स चाहे लोन हो या डिपॉजिट और मुख्तलिफ स्टेटमेंट्स जमा करने का नहीं, अल्फा से देखने का नाम है। फॉर पाकिस्तान वेरी बेस्ट इन डिजिटल बैंकिंग डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
Fronus presents lithium battery.
अपनी तमाम बैंक डिटेल्स चाहे लोन हो या डिपॉजिट और मुख्तलिफ स्टेटमेंट्स जमा करने का नहीं, अल्फा से देखने का नाम है। फॉर पाकिस्तान वेरी बेस्ट इन डिजिटल बैंकिंग डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
Fronus presents lithium battery LR51 135A constant charge discharge current IP40 protection built-in Wi-Fi. Fronus next generation inverters IP65 protection 200% PV oversizing 200% overload tolerance 3 microsecond switchover time. Fronus.
Conquer with Carrier.
अब अपनी ऐप ट्रांजैक्शन लिमिट बढ़ाना या घटाना बैंक में कॉल करने का नहीं, अल्फा से ऑन द गो करने का नाम है। फॉर पाकिस्तान वेरी बेस्ट इन डिजिटल बैंकिंग डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप। अपनी तमाम बैंक डिटेल्स चाहे लोन हो या डिपॉजिट और मुख्तलिफ स्टेटमेंट्स जमा करने का नहीं, अल्फा से देखने का नाम है। फॉर पाकिस्तान वेरी बेस्ट इन डिजिटल बैंकिंग डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
Fronus presents lithium battery LR51 135A constant charge discharge current IP40 protection built-in Wi-Fi. Fronis next generation inverters. IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Fronis.
Conquer with Carriot.
अब अपनी ऐप ट्रांजैक्शन लिमिट बढ़ाना या घटाना बैंक में कॉल करने का नहीं, अल्फा से ऑन द गो करने का नाम है। फॉर पाकिस्तान वेरी बेस्ट इन डिजिटल बैंकिंग, डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप। अपनी तमाम बैंक डिटेल्स चाहे लोन हो या डिपॉजिट और मुख्तलिफ स्टेटमेंट्स जमा करने का नहीं, अल्फा से देखने का नाम है। फॉर पाकिस्तान वेरी बेस्ट इन डिजिटल बैंकिंग, डाउनलोड द न्यू अल्फा ऐप।
Fronis presents lithium battery LR51 135A, constant charge discharge current, IP40 protection, built-in Wi-Fi. Fronis next generation inverters, IP65 protection, 200% PV oversizing, 200% overload tolerance, 3 microsecond switchover time. Fronis.
Conquer with Carriot.
अब अपनी ऐप ट्रांजैक्शन लिमिट बढ़ाना या
Fronis presents lithium.
मुझे ये वाला माइक चाहिए होगा, ऑन रखिएगा। मैं ऑडियंस से बात कर रहा हूँ इसमें। अच्छा अगर आप मेरे आईएफ की साउंड ऑफ कर लें, मैं ऑडियंस से बात करने वाला हूँ. मेरे आईएफबी की आवाज ऑफ कर दें, मैं ऑडियंस से बात करने वाला हूँ. मेरी आईएफबी की आवाज ऑफ कर दें. ओके बॉस, ये ऑफ रहेगा आईएफबी फिलहाल. ठीक है, बहुत शुक्रिया. Hello and a very warm welcome to all our guests. How do you do? I'd like to get to know all of you. I know that there are 32 countries represented here. I can recognize some of the uniforms. I can tell that you guys are from Malaysia. I can tell that you guys are from Singapore because your flag is emblazoned on your jacket. But you're the Swiss team. A very warm welcome. I don't know whether I should say bonjour or wie geht es Ihnen? Are you French speaking or German speaking? German speaking. So wie geht es Ihnen, brother? A very warm welcome to Pakistan. A very warm welcome to our Malaysian brothers and sisters. How do you do, Singapore? There's the Pakistan team. Can we have a big round of applause for all the teams I'm mentioning, please? For Switzerland, for Malaysia, for Singapore. Oh, this is Hong Kong there. Very similar looking. We've got Malaysian team, we've got Hong Kong. You guys are Swiss as well? No. Very similar looking jersey. You're the French team. Which one? Guess. Privyet? No, not Russia. Romania. Romania in the blue. How do you do? Hello. Okay, you're still making me guess. Are you Poland? A very warm welcome. Hello, how are you? They're making me work. Good. Konnichiwa to the Japanese team. How do you do? It's very nice to see you guys. I saw you playing earlier on. And who do we have up there? Sri Lanka. Nice to see you guys. A very warm welcome. And you ladies are from the Czech Republic, if I'm not wrong. A very warm welcome to you guys. What about you, gents? French. Bonjour. Very nice to have you here. And of course, all the participants aren't here yet. There's the Egypt team. And as far as I've been briefed, Egypt is what Pakistan used to be once upon a time. World champions of squash for many, many years together. A very warm welcome to you. It means a lot to us to have you here. Such a prominent team in the world of squash. And who else do we have here? You guys are from the UAE. Kuwait. All right, I'm sorry, I don't recognize all the flags so well yet. And up there in the dark blue and the light green t-shirts is the team from South Africa. Wonderful to have you guys here. We host South Africa quite often in cricket, but very seldom in squash. So very nice to have you here. And who do we have all the way up here? I'm getting to know the teams. The referees. Now you can see from the number of referees that we have just how many games will be taking place here over the next few days. A very warm welcome to all of you. You're a nice international looking bunch. So great to have you here all together. And am I missing out on anyone yet? Ah, Spain, how are you? I'm sorry, I think I confused you guys with the others in red. But how are you doing? Great to have you all here. May you have a great series. What about the young ladies in the dark blue here? Hi guys, how are you? And what are you all? Where are you from? Pakistan. You're from Pakistan. Are you the junior team? You are. You're definitely under 23, but you guys probably play under 13. Wow. Very impressed. When I came in here yesterday, I saw 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, even 6-year-olds playing, and the way they were squashing the ball was really impressive. Here's the young man that I spoke to yesterday. How are you? और आपसे भी कल मुलाकात हुई थी. How are you doing? So young man, are you looking forward to the championship? You're going to be playing with the rest of the world, you know. Sure. But hope to see you guys do well. You know, you're the Pakistan youth, and all the best to you guys. I should remind all of you to kindly switch your mobile phones off during the course of the ceremony. And hi guys. The two of you, where are you from? Kenya? Really? Nah, you're not from Kenya. Canada. A very warm welcome to the Canadians as well. And can we all give a big round of applause to all the teams from everywhere, including Iran. Agha, how are you? Great to have you here. So this is not official, this is just me getting to know the teams so I can recognize them during the tournament. And our chief guest will be here any moment and we will begin the ceremony. Oh, there he is. Ladies and gentlemen, we also have in our midst the President of the World Squash Federation, and he is gracing us with his presence on this occasion. Very happy to have him here in Pakistan, and he's had a lot to do with organizing this championship in our country. So a very big thank you to you, sir, Mr. William Louis Marie. Please give a big round of applause. This man has had a lot to do with bringing this fantastic event to Pakistan. The World Squash Federation's Under-23 World Championship could not have happened without certain people, and we're very glad that they partnered with us to bring this event to Pakistan. And we're also joined by our chief guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a warm welcome, Air Marshal Kazim Hamad, the Senior Vice President of the Pakistan Squash Federation. Thank you very much for your role in all of this, sir. And in just a few minutes, we'll be welcoming some of the greats of squash, especially Pakistani squash. I wouldn't hesitate to call them legends. The work that's gone behind the scenes in organizing this championship is really the stuff of stories and legends. And there are a few key individuals who've really gone out of their way and done wonders to make this happen. and two of them are in the court with me right now. Ladies and gentlemen, indeed, no tradition does our country more honor than its overwhelming hospitality. And today, we're the recipients of the warm, courteous hospitality of the Pakistan Squash Federation, the DHA Creek Club, which has given us these wonderful facilities that all the matches will be taking place on. And from the 6th to the 10th, we'll have a very serious level of squash being played here in these courts in Karachi. Can't hear you on that. Hello. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our practice and rehearsal is over. Can we lower the volume a little bit? I think it's a bit too loud. So our practice sessions are over and we're about to begin formally. This will be going live on television as well, so keep that in mind. very warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Faizan Haqqi, and I'm happy to host all of you here at the Under-23 World Squash Championship here in Pakistan. Now, you must have heard about Pakistani hospitality. You know, we're known for it across the world. And no tradition does our country more honor than its overwhelming hospitality. And today, we are the recipients of the warm, courteous, generous hospitality of the Pakistan Squash Federation and the DHA, which is hosting us here at the Creek Club with all these fantastic facilities where the matches are going to be played over the next few days. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, I'd like to take you through the history, a little bit of a history of Pakistani squash. For 40 years, throughout my childhood basically, Pakistan remained one of the prominent teams in squash. We had some of the world champions for many, many years, Jahangir Khan, Jansher Khan, throughout my childhood. And there was a time when if we watched the news on any given day, the sports section, you would always end up seeing the faces of either Jahangir or Jansher Khan. This is in the 1980s and early 90s. And they dominated the sport in a way that, you know, we just took it for granted that Pakistan produced squash champions. But then there was a period from 1998 onwards when we didn't produce any champions. That long streak of victories just came to an end, and squash was largely overlooked in the country. Cricket took all the importance, and squash simply slipped into the background. But thanks to some concerted efforts of some gentlemen that you will be meeting during the course of this championship and this ceremony today, we were able to claw our way back to get to at least host some of the ceremonies, some of the championships that Pakistan has not been able to host in the country since 1996 in Karachi. 1996 was the last time that we hosted an event of this scale and caliber in the city, and I'm very proud to say that thanks to our efforts, to the efforts of the Pakistan Squash Federation and its partners, we're able to bring players from 32 countries to our shores to take part in this Under-23 World Squash Championship event taking place right here. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome the legends of Pakistani squash right here into this court where the final will also be played. Please give them a big warm welcome, ladies and gentlemen, beginning with Mr. Jahangir Khan, Mr. Qamar Zaman, and also Mr. Alauddin Gogi. Please give also a big warm welcome to our chief guest, Air Marshal Kazim Hamad, as well as the CEO of the World Squash Federation, Mr. William Louis-Marie. Ladies and gentlemen, here they are, the legends of squash, the enablers of squash, and the very people that have made this happen on our shores in 2025. Can we please give them a big round of applause again? You have not only made Pakistan proud, but also the world of squash. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the national anthem of Pakistan. Let's all rise for the national anthem, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this championship has been organized in Pakistan with the hopes of getting Pakistan back into the higher echelons of squash. And such efforts always begin at the grassroots level. The infrastructure has been created, and now young players from all over the country, from all backgrounds, are being given the opportunity to take part and help Pakistan claw its way back to the top rankings in squash. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome someone who's had everything to do with making this championship happen in Pakistan. He's the reason why companies like Myco, which is the second largest OTT platform in the country, were able to join hands with us and make this happen. Please give him a big warm welcome, Mr. Adnan Asad, the Vice President of the Pakistan Squash Federation and the President of the Sindh Squash Federation. How do you do, sir? We are very proud of your efforts, sir. Kindly speak to the audience on this occasion.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Air Marshal Kazim Hamad, Senior Vice President, Pakistan Squash. ADHA, Brigadier Rana Shahzad Shafi, CEO of World Squash. William Louis, I'm missing your last name on that, if you don't mind. It's difficult. It's the French pronunciation, so it's very difficult. Legends of Pakistan Squash, who we honor, Jahangir Khan, Qamar Zaman, and Gogi Alauddin. A warm welcome to all the players from 32 countries who are visiting Pakistan. And I wish you all well. And our hospitality is par excellence, and I hope you enjoy this country. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a dream about 8 months ago. And the dream was to put Pakistan back on the map of the world squash. And this dream I mentioned at our opening launch ceremony, which we held about 6 months ago, 5 months ago. And today, I'm so happy and proud to see this first dream come true. I have a second dream. And the second dream is, in the next 5 years, we have to create a few more Jahangirs, Qamars, and Gogis in this country. And inshallah, we'll make it happen. This journey of 8 months started off with the CEO, William, out here. We met up, we had a discussion. There was a little reluctance, then there's a little positive signs, and we finally decided that need to bring the world squash back to Pakistan. And as soon as that happened, as soon as we came to some terms, I picked up the phone and I was in touch with the Air Marshal, Kazim Hamad, who gave me his nod. And within the next 15 days on my return, we started working towards it. And finally, the Chief Minister Sindh, who I have to give a lot of credit, who took all his time, within 5 to 7 minutes of my meeting, he pledged $100,000 towards this tournament. The Commander of 5 Corps gave me all his support. And finally, the Administrator, DHA, Brigadier Saab, took on this task with me. And he came on. Within the first 24 hours, we had our first meeting right on this venue. And he promised me a world-class facility, which I had a little doubt at that time. But today, here it is. And mashallah, sir, what a great job we've done here. Especially want to thank the support from the DHA Creek Club team, Brigadier Abrar and his team. They worked 24 hours to put this together. We were running out of time. We were at a point where we probably thought we might have to delay things, but it finally happened. Thank you, Brigadier Abrar, for your kind support. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a launch ceremony, but it's a welcome ceremony. So we've had a lot of events planned for you in the evenings, and I hope the best man wins. These are top 32 players in their category, and this is an opportunity for the Pakistan players to look forward to another 4 years of hard competition and to play their mark and make their mark in the world standards. And inshallah, I think after this tournament, you'll probably see a lot of Pakistanis coming forward, which we were missing out for many years. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your time here to come, take your time out, be part of this event, enjoy all the activities, and do come and see the world champions in action here. Thank you.
So this may be a beginning in your own words, but what a beginning, I must say. To kick off in this fashion, to have set up academies in record time, to have given the opportunity to young children from across different backgrounds. It's really wonderful what you've achieved already, sir. And I wish you all the best with your 2 dreams. The first one is almost happened now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome on stage, it's not really a stage, it's a court. We'd like to welcome in the court the CEO of World Squash Federation, a man who's had a lot to do with making this happen in our country. Please give him a warm welcome, Mr. William Louis-Marie.
I'm sure that after 8 months, Adnan has been able to pronounce correctly William Louis. I'm sure at the end of this week, he will be able to use and to add Marie at the end. My name is William Louis-Marie. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of World Squash Federation. And dear President, dear Vice President, dear distinguished guests of the squash community, you have no idea how delighted, how pleased I am to speak in front of you. As Adnan mentioned a couple of minutes ago, it's been an 8-month journey. When we had a dinner in Houston during the World Juniors, we said, why can't we bring something back to Pakistan? Pakistan is one of the 4 countries in the world of squash which won a World Team Championships. Only 4 in the world. But for many years, squash was not able to come back to Pakistan, despite the fact that we have some of the greatest players of our sport. So let's say we decided to say, we have the U23 because we are here to promote the sport, to give a platform to the best players of the world, not only at the professional level, but then they end their junior careers. And some of the players you can see here, they participated in many World Juniors events. And the Pro Tour is very difficult, we know that. But we need to support them, we need to give them a platform to shine. And this is exactly what we're going to do in Pakistan with the U23 World Championships. So congratulations to all 23 nations and their players who have decided to join us and to come in Pakistan, in Karachi, to win a title. Because this is about winning a title, being the world champ in the U23 category. So thank you very much to the players and the member nations to support this initiative. Of course, I have to thank Pakistan Squash Federation. We've been working very closely, and I've been meeting on a regular basis Pakistan Squash Federation officials. And you are fortunate to have officials with such a passion for squash, such a passion to bring Pakistan on the top of the landscape, on the map of squash. So thank you very much, Pakistan Squash Federation, for your efforts. Of course, I need to thank Adnan Assad, because I'm sure I'm going to do it correctly, Championship Director, and a personal friend now. For the last 8 months, we've been in contact almost every day. So thank you very much, Adnan, for your trust, your efforts, your commitment to bring squash in your home country. As you know, on the court we have the players, and on the hot seat we have the referees. And the championship referee, Jamshed Kamkul, is instrumental to make this event happen. So thank you very much, Jamshed Kamkul, for bringing this event and supporting the referees, which are just sitting on top of the players down here. Thank you. And this is a World Squash Championship, so we need for the World Squash Championship a referee of the rules, a referee of the regulations, and we are very fortunate to have Robert Afran being the TD of this event. Thank you, Robert, for leading the organization too. And we have recognized at the beginning of this ceremony some of the greatest names of the sport. So I'd like to thank very much our World Squash Federation Emeritus President. He's been an inspiration for many players around the world. So thank you very much, Jahangir, to be our inspiration. And today you have been my inspiration with my outfit. Thank you very much for that too. So in addition, of course, I'd like to thank the Scene government, the Scene Squash Association, the Defense Housing Authority, and the Creek Club for putting the efforts behind this event. And we have seen people around the world, they already appreciate the efforts and the quality of the warm welcome that you put forward. Thank you very much for that. I very quickly mentioned the referees, but they are doing an amazing job, and we need to give them a big round of applause to the referees on top of the sitting down here. Thank you for your commitment. Within World Squash Federation, we have also some key values that it's important for any championship. Respect, fair play. And I'm sure that in the coming days, in the coming hours, the players is going to deliver an amazing show in front of the world, because we have more than 80 countries using MyCo, WorldSquash.tv, and also the Olympic channel. On the back of the LA28 inclusion, because now we are an Olympic sport, we need to deliver an amazing spectacle, because we know that we have some of the best athletes in the world. So we are looking forward to tomorrow, to the start of the competition, and I'd like to say thank you very much for Pakistan, thank you very much Karachi, thank you for your passion, Karachi people, Pakistani people, because this is going to be an amazing event, and we are so pleased to be back on one of the greatest countries of our squash sport. Thank you very much.
I must say thank you very much for your own passion, Mr. William Louis-Marie. Ladies and gentlemen, we often live in a rough, tormented world where the values of the past are often at a discount. But it gives me great joy to say that the good old spirit of sportsmanship and the love of sports is very much alive among us. I mentioned earlier that Pakistan had a storied history in squash, which seems to have come to an end somewhere in the late 90s. We had champions like Jahangir Khan, Jansher Khan, you know all the names, there's at least 12 of them. But somehow in 1998, we just went off a cliff. The coverage on television for squash events dropped down to zero. Cricket took all the importance, it completely overshadowed the other sports in our country. And then followed a dark phase where there was a war happening next door, which often spilled over into our country. And I remember how music and sports both took a back seat in Pakistan. You could not get an NOC to hold a concert or a sports event for many years. So through those dark times, we fought our way out, and very happy to say that Pakistan today is in a position where it can host a championship of this scale and caliber. So a very warm welcome to all of you once again, especially to our foreign players who've made the journey, long journeys from their countries to come play in ours. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, for his welcome address, I would like to welcome the Administrator, DHA, Brigadier Rana Shahzad Shafi, to please join us in the court and say a few words on the occasion.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Respected dignitaries, distinguished players, officials, cherished guests from across the world, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum, and a very good afternoon. DHA Karachi takes immense pride in co-hosting Under-23 World Squash Championship. As administered DHA Karachi, it is with immense pleasure that I welcome you all to the opening ceremony of this great event. A truly prestigious gathering of talent, spirit, and international unity. Ladies and gentlemen, as we stand at this historic moment, we are reminded that this is more than just a sporting event. It is a celebration of a revival, a celebration of Pakistan's return to hosting events of global magnitude, and most importantly, a recommitment to the legacy of squash that runs deep in our national heritage. Pakistan has long been known as the land of squash legends. Today, as we host the world's emerging champions on this our soil, we take a great step forward in reinvigorating squash in our country, especially among our youth. This championship will undoubtedly nurture a renewed culture of squash in our country, sparking inspiration, passion, and participation from the new generation eager to write their own stories of greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, this tournament represents more than a competition. It is a bridge between the nations, a platform for the cultural exchange, and a powerful message of resilience, peace, and progress. It is heartening to see the athletes from the world come together in the true spirit of sportsmanship, unity, and mutual respect. Let me take this opportunity to express sincere gratitude to all those who made this possible, especially the organizers. I would like to mention especially Mr. Adnan Asad, who made extremely the instrumental contribution in bringing this championship together here. The volunteers, officials, and the supporters, whose dedication and quiet service have transformed this vision into a great reality. Your efforts are truly commendable. To the players, you are the heartbeat of this event. Play with honor, dignity, and integrity. As you represent your nation, know that you are inspiring countless young minds across the globe through international media coverage. Now to the international guests, welcome to Karachi, a city of history, resilience, and unmatched hospitality. May your time here be memorable, both on and off the court. Ladies and gentlemen, as we declare this championship open, let us cherish this moment as the dawn of a new chapter. A chapter where Pakistan once again becomes a vibrant center for the squash, and where the global events like these breathe ambition into the hearts of our youth. Let the games begin, and let this be the start of something truly extraordinary. I thank you.
Wonderful to hear from you, sir. And thank you once again for all the help that you've given us in giving us these facilities and so much else that I shouldn't talk about here. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little ceremony to hand over the trolley bags with gift hampers by Mr. Jahangir Khan himself to all the players taking part. So, I will call the countries one by one, and the players should come on stage as I take their names to receive their trolley bags from Mr. Jahangir Khan, the legend of Pakistani squash. But that will be in just a moment. Now, this is a live televised event, and we will do that a little bit later. Let's, until then, hear from our chief guest, ladies and gentlemen. Please give him a warm welcome. He is none other than Air Marshal Kazim Hamad, Senior Vice President of the Pakistan Squash Federation.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. William Louis, Chief Executive Officer of World Squash Federation, Excellencies, squash legends, my dear players, officials, delegates, and all our esteemed guests, Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. It is my profound privilege to stand before you today to inaugurate the WSF Under-23 World Squash Championship 2025 at the DHA Creek Club, Karachi. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the President and all members of the Pakistan Squash Federation, I extend a warm welcome to all our esteemed guests, international players, referees, and delegates. Your presence here today marks a new chapter in the history of squash. This championship is particularly special as it is the first ever World Squash Championship dedicated to players aged above 19 to 23. A visionary initiative by the World Squash Federation. Thank you, Louis, and your team. It is also a moment of immense honor for Pakistan Squash Federation to be entrusted with hosting this landmark event. Pakistan has a proud legacy in squash, as our legends, some of whom are present here today to grace the occasion, and the actual guest of honors for today's ceremony, they have dominated the game for decades. Pakistan Squash Federation, under the patronage of Chief of the Air Staff, Pakistan Air Force, as its president, is making sincere efforts to revive squash at home and promote it regionally as well as globally. Ladies and gentlemen, we are thrilled to witness the convergence of exceptional young talent from across the world. These athletes, through their dedication, hard work, and passion, embody the very essence of the sport of squash. Their participation here today is not just a pursuit of victory, but also a celebration of skill, perseverance, and the unifying spirit of squash. I am confident that besides experiencing top-class competition, our foreign guests will also have the opportunity to experience Pakistan's traditional warm hospitality and vibrant culture. I hope that your time here will be memorable and enriching. Ladies and gentlemen, as we embark on this remarkable journey over the coming days, let us celebrate the sport of squash, foster friendships, and inspire future generations. I have no doubt that this championship will be a resounding success, a stepping stone towards even greater milestones for squash worldwide, and finally, the game of squash will win. I would like to pay my special gratitude to all our valued partners who have provided all-out support from day one, and without whose support, we would not have been able to put this championship together. I present PSF's sincere acknowledgement and appreciation to World Squash Federation, Government of Sindh, Headquarter 5 Corps, DHA, and especially the management of DHA Creek Club, Sindh Rangers, American Business Council, and all our sponsors from the corporate sector, and especially to PSF's southern arm, that is the Sindh Squash Association. My special thanks to the print and electronic media for excellent coverage of the WSF World Championship Under-23 2025. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, I officially declare the first ever Under-23 World Championship 2025 at Karachi open. Thank you.
Air Marshal Kazim Hamad Sahab, aapka bahut bahut shukriya. You're the Senior Vice President of the Pakistan Squash Federation. Thank you for lending us your support. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying earlier, we have some gifts, some souvenirs for our players, which will be given away one by one. I will call the names out country-wise, and the teams should come one by one and receive their prizes. These are really gifts that you will be receiving from us. I would first like to get on stage Mr. Jahangir Khan, the legend of Pakistani squash, to give away these prizes. I would also like to welcome Mr. Adnan Asad, the Vice President of the Pakistan Squash Federation. I would like to welcome Mr. Alauddin Gogi, Mr. Qamar Zaman. We would also like to welcome our chief guest, Air Marshal Kazim Hamad, the Administrator DHA. Please join us for this gifts distribution ceremony, sir. Brigadier Rana Shafi. And now we'd like to welcome the teams one by one, and you're more than welcome to, of course, have your pictures taken with the champions, with in our language we say karta dhartas of squash, which means the people, the movers and shakers of squash. All right, let's begin with the Egyptian team. Team Egypt, please come and receive your souvenirs. So just to clarify, the players will have their pictures taken with the legends of Pakistani squash before receiving their gifts on their way back. This is Team Egypt, ladies and gentlemen. Egypt is one of the countries that have done a lot to promote squash in the country. They have some of the finest infrastructure of any country. And if my information is correct, Egypt is one country where every block of apartments, every neighborhood has its own squash facilities. And it's no surprise that they are among the leaders in the world of squash, producing champion after champion for many years. Can we please have a big round of applause for Team Egypt? And you could say that, you know, ever since Pakistan went off the world squash map, it's Egypt that's been the dominant country in the sport year after year. Very proudly holding the Egyptian flag there. Team Egypt, do receive your souvenirs on your way back. Our staff are on hand to give them to you personally. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we will welcome players from the host country, Team Pakistan. Team Pakistan. Team Pakistan today is quite a team, I must say. It has a champion in the midst. Hamza. Now, some of these youngsters have already made us very, very proud on the world stage, and I'm sure those glories will continue to pour in as this championship progresses. starting tomorrow. And here they are. Can we please have a round of applause for the Pakistan team? Astride the Pakistani flag, we hope you make us proud and do well in the championship. Also, you have the responsibility of being excellent hosts, which I'm sure you'll live up to. All the best, Team Pakistan. Don't forget to get your souvenirs on your way out. Our staff are on hand to make sure everyone gets their souvenir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Malaysian team. Team Malaysia. Let's welcome Team Malaysia as they make their way into the court. Salam. And there you have it, the Malaysian flag held by the Malaysian team. Can we give them a big round of applause, please? They're quite a contingent. There are a good number of Malaysians taking part in the tournament this time. And let me also remind you that these pictures will be gracing our walls for a long, long time to come and will bring great joy as a reminder of the 2025 championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Netherlands. Netherlands, known to many in our country as Holland. It's quite a team. I am supporting Holland in Formula One so far, with Max Verstappen taking pole position today. And there we have one representative of Team Netherlands. And I should remind you that the gentleman from Netherlands was the world champion in 2022. Can we have a big round of applause for that? Wonderful to have you, a world champion in our midst. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team France. France. Quite a delegation from France, I must say. Bonjour. And that is Team France, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them a big round of applause as they hold their national flag. You know, I'll advise you to clap every time they're getting their pictures taken yourselves, because it brings a smile to their faces, you know, and that makes the picture more memorable. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Switzerland. And I asked them earlier if I should welcome them in French or German, because they have both languages in Switzerland. They said, well, they have many more languages, but from Flemish to French and German. But they said, say "Wie geht es Ihnen" to us in German, because they're German speaking. Wie geht es Ihnen? Team Switzerland. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome a country that we've hosted many times in cricket, but very rarely in squash. South Africa. The South Africans too look like a large contingent. The more the merrier as they make their way to the court. Please give them a very warm welcome. All right, time to make Team South Africa smile for the picture. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Singapore. All right. A very, very warm welcome to Singapore. We have the one player from Singapore, but let's give him a big round of applause. Let's really make him smile for this picture. Thank you very much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome Team Hong Kong and China. Please, can you spell that? On this paper. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hong Kong China team. Don't forget to make them smile for their picture once they're ready. And there it is, the flag of Hong Kong. Flag Hong Kong. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Team England. The gentleman from England, I must say. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a round of applause for the lone Englishman? Come on, guys, one more round, just to make him smile. And now let's welcome the team from España. Spain, as it's known to most Pakistanis. I took my time getting to know the teams, their jerseys, and also how to greet them. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is Team Spain. Come on, everyone say, hola! Hola to the Spaniards. And after Team Spain, it's time to welcome Team Colombia. The first team to join us from South America. Oh, they're not present here tonight. All right, let's welcome Team Canada. I know they're here because I had the chance to meet them. Team Canada, ladies and gentlemen, as they make their way to the court. All right, ladies and gentlemen, a cheer for the Canadians. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Malta. I'm afraid they're not present at the moment, but they wouldn't be the first team from the Mediterranean, would they? Let's now welcome Team China, ladies and gentlemen, Chunghua. Okay. I believe the Hong Kong-China players came together. They used to be a separate country until the 1990s, then it's all China, of course, since then. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Poland. Give it up for Team Polska, ladies and gentlemen. Team Polska in Polish, Team Poland in English. And now let's welcome Team Japan. Konnichiwa to our Japanese friends. A very warm welcome to Pakistan and the court as you make your way to meet the legends of Pakistani squash and the movers and shakers of squash in Pakistan as well. Team Japan. Let's make them smile. So kawaii. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Romania. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Romania. Let's make them smile. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to welcome Team USA, America. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States of America. And now it's time to welcome another team that we often see in cricket, but not very often in squash. Team Sri Lanka. Let's give it up for Team Sri Lanka. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Kuwait. very warm welcome to the lone Kuwaiti. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause for representing his country on this world-class championship. And with that, let's welcome Team Iran. Iran! Welcome, and finally, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Czech Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our list of countries taking part and the players taking part in them. And now I'd like to welcome Adnan Sahab once again on stage because he has a few words to say and a few gifts to give.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Guests, the legends, ADHA. We appreciate you taking the time out. And William, I'd like to invite the referees to come down to take a picture with all the legends who have come from all over the world. And I'd like William, if you could give a token gift to our administrator from Defense Housing Authority, Jahangir Khan's clothing out there. Jahangir has a new brand. And William, if you can do the honors. Finally, to the Senior Vice President, Pakistan Squash, the man who made it happen with me, who gave me all the permissions, I'd like you to give one gift to our Honorable Chief Guest, William, to the Air Marshal, Kazim Hamad. While you're taking the picture, I think we missed out on the player from Russia. While we're taking the pictures, I'd like to thank the support team, Commander Mustafa, who helped me out, the team from Sandila, and Maiko, who's gone an extra mile through his management and the team to put this beautiful event together. Maiko, thank you very much. Where's Sumer? We appreciate your help.
And ladies and gentlemen, I must also remind you that not only were the players from all the countries taking part given gift hampers and souvenirs, they were also given certificates from the SSA. And with that, after this wonderful picture that will grace our walls for many, many years, it's time for high tea, which will be served outside. Covenant.